Presbyterian Church. That's what it was before. It's now Christ Voice of Restoration Ministries. Prophet Tom Tirivangani is the pastor and joins me now live. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. You were inside the church with about 6 people praying when you smelled smoke, you said.
Oh, yes. We were inside the church. Normally the church is open 7 days a week from 10 o'clock to 5 p.m. So we were there during our normal office hours when we heard the smell that there was a fire in the building.
So what have you been told about where this fire is, or where it might have started?
Well, the fire could have been coming from the boiler room section where we have a heating system. That's where probably the fire could have been coming from. And that side, again, we store clothes, donations on that side as well.
So that's exactly where you store all the food and clothing that you give out to people in the community, right?
Yes, that's where we store the food and the clothing that we give out to the community, yes.
And so you have a food bank and a clothing bank, and what other sorts of things do you do at the church?
Yeah, we have a food bank, a clothing bank, and sometimes during the winter we also have a soup kitchen where we give out free soup to the members of the public here who are homeless.
You must be worried about the state of the inside of the church.
Yes, sure, it's concerning now because we don't know for now how much damage has been done to the building, how much donations we have lost, and what we are going to do afterwards. We don't know, and this is a very worrying and concerning situation. Yes.
Viewers, as you watch the screen, that is the servant of God, Prophet Tom's office. And that is in fact where the fire started. You can see how great of a damage and how much was destroyed during the fire. As you can see the surrounding offices and even the boiler room and the food bank location were destroyed in the fire, among other places as well.
Today is the 21st of May 2014. We are outside here at the church building at 200 Sanford Avenue. You know all that the church experienced a fire on the 21st of January 2014 this year. And out of the things that were destroyed by the fire were our food inventory. And we have been struggling and having a difficulty in trying to see what we can do with the food bank. But starting about 3 weeks ago, we started to give out food outside the church building, and we have been going around to source for food donations. As you can see, this is the kind of inventory we have received.
About 500 residents of Babylon Informal Settlement in the capital received clothes, wheelchairs, food, computers and books among other items recently. Founder of Christ's Voice of Restoration Ministries International, Prophet Tom Tirivangani, made the donation valued at approximately $3 million.
Prophet Tirivangani says that they are also seeking to create opportunities for the poor in the form of scholarships, grants for aspiring business persons, food and clothing banks, a soup kitchen, as well as an emergency shelter for the homeless in due course. They hope to allocate at least $15,000 per aspiring business person. Prophet Tirivangani emphasized that they are merely hitting the clarion call by President Hage Geingob to contribute to the eradication of poverty.
We are donating medical supplies, wheelchairs, as you see, items of clothing, books, and we are giving out suits to pastors to make sure that as they are going to preach the gospel, they address properly and everything like that. So that's why we are here. We care about the community here and the needy and the vulnerable that are in the community. So we are heeding the President's call when he declared war against poverty, and this is what we are definitely doing, partnering with the government to ensure that we eradicate poverty in this community.
He says that eradicating poverty is not the sole mandate of government, but rather a collective effort from all individuals, organizations, and churches. The Christ's Voice of Restoration International, which has at least 5 branches in Canada, has extensive humanitarian and charitable programs where they provide food, clothes, and shelter to the homeless. Meanwhile, Deputy Mayor of the city of Windhoek, Tekla Wanga, expressed appreciation for the gesture, saying the impact of such efforts cannot be overemphasized. Tobias Anyeko Constituency Councillor Christopher Likua also shared similar sentiments. Kaipa Herekanji, NBC News, Windhoek.
Okahanja Park residents rejoice as the yearly donation that comes from the people of Canada through the Christ Voice of Restoration Church arrived in their location. The donation is in response to President Hage Geingob's Harambee Prosperity Plan to make Namibia a poverty-free country.
We are just hitting the President's call that he declared war against poverty. And what we are doing is we are partnering with the government to make sure that we eradicate poverty in this community, that are inside wheelchairs, medical supplies, clothes, bedding. We are going to give this out for free, because we want to make sure that the community here is taken care of, and that is what we are doing here. What we do is we register for the people who are going to come. We target those people that are poor, that are in need, orphans, widows, and disabled people. Those are the people that we would want to give a priority. But we don't discriminate. This is the second time we have been doing this. Last year we did the same, and this year we are doing it again.
Dapewa Maposa expressed appreciation to the Canadian people for the donation and believes that every little donation to the less fortunate is always helpful.
People are all here, they are so excited, they are so overwhelmed, and we really thank God, because through this is through the mighty man of God, Prophet Tom Tirivangani, all the way from Canada. So we want to take an opportunity just to thank really Canada for really blessing our nation, our country over here with wonderful things, because the Canadians, they are there really to bless us, to bless orphans, to bless the needy, those who are in need.
The donation attracted a large crowd as residents queued up to be recipients of the gifts.